So the reck and long purchasing model describes very much a journey of purchasing from being an admin function to the kind of thing which gives an organisation a competitive advantage. So we start with the passive stage. Now the passive stage, purely admin. All it sees is purchasing is very much part of the finance department. So the basic idea is someone comes in and says, these are the goods I want you to buy and this is a supplier I want you to buy them from. Bang. All I need to do is get that done, get the invoice processed as quickly and as efficiently as possible. Now as we move up to the next stage, which is the independent stage, there's a little bit more autonomy. So in this case, I might go into the purchasing function and say, right, well, what I want you to do is I want you to buy me this particular product. So, I don't know, a ream of A4 white, 80 grams per square metre. Now in purchasing, I've got no choice over what I buy, but I can kind of start scouring the market. So the emphasis in the independent stage is very much on money saving. So I'm going to be shopping around for the best price. As we move on to the supportive stage, now a little bit different again, starting to add a little bit more value. So rather than being told specifically what I need to buy, I'm now going to be given maybe a bit more of a brief. So rather than being told you must buy a ream of white A4 80 grams per square metre, I'm now told I need some paper. And the question is going to be, well, what do you need the paper for? Well, I need the paper for some fancy presentation which I'm giving to a major client. Well, it's my job now to start looking around the market and seeing what's available. So, you know, how about this paper here? It's lovely and glossy. It's 150 grams per square metre. It'll look really sort of good with the coloured ink on it and that kind of stuff. So we can actually go back to operations and say, these are the choices which you've got, but actually I'd recommend you getting this one. As you move up to the integrative stage, you're really starting to add value. So this is the kind of thing which gives organisations competitive advantages. So we're really starting to look at supply rather than purchasing now. So it's about getting the right goods in the right place at the right time. There was an interview with Philip Green, the boss of Arcadia, which is the top man empire, not too long ago. And he was sort of asked the question, okay, if you see something on the catwalks of Paris, how long is it going to be until you've got that on the shelves? And the answer was 3 weeks. And that's incredibly tight, isn't it? You've got to get that designed, you've got to get that made, you've got to get that shipped, you've got to get on the shelves, and that's 3 weeks. And that's the kind of thing that if you can get the latest fashions onto your store quicker than everybody else, well, you're really starting to make an impact. That's the kind of thing that customers really, really, really will flock to. But you can see there's a massive disparity there between the integrated stage, where purchasing or supply now is very much at the heart of everything that we do, and then stage one, which was the passive stage, which was, okay, let's get these invoices processed as quickly as possible. So the lesson behind reck and long is that purchasing very much gives us a competitive advantage.